will be broadcast through the Assembly website and Parliament buildings. Today's meeting is a hybrid meeting and we have some members in the room. It's almost a bit of a novelty to be back in the room. So we've got at the minute Mark Durkin and Doug Beattie with us via video conference, and Carol McCullen will be joining us via video conference as well. And in the room we have Michelle McIlveen, Christopher Stalford and Paula Bradshaw. So we have full attendance today. So first item on our agenda is apologies, and we don't have any. So our second item today is the election of a deputy chairperson, and Doug Beattie has obviously replaced Mike Nesbitt from the UUP, and I just at this point would like to thank Mike for his commitment to the committee and for all his work and the attitude that he brought to the committee, and he was a very much give a lot of contributions and was easy to work with. So I just want to place that on record, my own appreciation to him as the Vice Chair, and thank him for his work on the committee. So we now have to elect our Deputy Chairperson, and I'm going to ask Caroline to give us an overview of that process.
Thanks, Chair. Yeah, so first of all, Chairperson is just going to ask if any nominations. It require a seconder, and then we'll ask if the member accepts the nominations. Then any further nominations will be sought. If there's more than one nomination, there will be a short debate and each member will just be called to speak once. And upon conclusion of the debate, or if there's no debate, the chairperson will put the question that the candidate proposed shall be the deputy chairperson. And then please indicate the show of hands, and Chair, if we just ask if Mark Durkin is able to put his camera on there if possible as well. So it'll be those in favour, those opposed and any abstentions, and this requires a simple majority.
Okay.
Chair.
Yes, Carol?
I can hardly hear.
Okay, we've got a hand on. Can you hear me?
Just about. I can't hear Caroline at all.
Okay, maybe your mic isn't... Is that any better?
Not really.
Oh no.
I've lost Mike.
Chair, just checking with broadcasting to see if there's an issue.
Okay, Caroline's just going to check with the...
Chair, there's no issue with me, so it's coming through loud and clear, Carla, but it might be your side.
I don't know, but I've hearing aids in and I still can't hear.
Okay. Mark, can you turn your camera on?
Sorry, Chair, there's an issue with my Surface Pro thing. The camera on this doesn't work.
Okay, well it was just...
You can do the raise hand if required.
Right, okay. Carol, can you hear us for the purposes of doing this process?
Yes, I'm going to try and put onto another device to see if it's any better, Emma. Sorry about that.
No, you're okay.
Chair, I think we're okay with broadcasting, so...
Okay, it's maybe on your end. Okay, right, so if we start the process for electing our Deputy Chair, so do we have any proposals for the position of the Deputy Chairperson? And this is just for people to nominate.
Sure, I'm happy if she wants to take it on. I'm happy to propose Paula Bradshaw.
Okay, thank you, Christopher. Carol, are you?
Yeah, I'm happy to nominate Doug.
Okay, we have two proposals then. So, right, so we go. Paula, do you want to accept? Do you want to accept the nomination?
Chair, sorry, if just we need a seconder for each.
Okay, before we can.
For each proposal, yes.
Okay, right. So, do we have a seconder for Paula's nomination?
Yeah, I'm happy to second.
Okay, so Michelle will second that. Do you accept that nomination?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, so. Right, so we have a
I'll second Doug for the crack.
Okay, so we have a further nomination. We have got Doug and we've got a seconder for that. So we have now got our proposals.
Any further?
Chair?
Chair, take us through any further nominations.
Oh, Brunarm.
Sorry.
Doug.
Yeah, sorry, I know I've been proposed, and I know you've asked me whether I would accept that proposal, but actually I'll be happy to allow Paula to take on that position.
Okay, right, so then that means it's just a rubber stamping, isn't it?
Check if there's any further nominations.
So are there any further nominations? There are not? Okay. So the question is put that I would need the Speaker in this role, that Ms Paula Bradshaw, being the only candidate proposed, the first candidate proposed, shall be Deputy Chairperson of this committee. Please indicate by a show of hands those in favour. Happy days. Those opposed?
I have my hand up there, Chair.
Okay. And any abstentions? And we don't have. So the motion is carried. Paula Bradshaw is elected Deputy Chairperson of the Ad Hoc Committee on a Bill of Rights. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for the nomination.
Okay. So that's that. So then we have our Chair's business. So we've got 3 items of Chairperson's business today. We've firstly got the draft minutes. So you've got a note there of the committee strategy afternoon, which was facilitated by Dr. David Kenny, that took place on the 27th of May, and you'll find that note at page 5 of your meeting packs. Are members content with that note? Yes? Okay. You've also got a note of the informal meeting that we had with the Supreme Court of Ireland that took place on the 6th of May, and you'll find the note for that at page 8 of your meeting packs. Members content? Okay. And finally, you've been provided with a note of the informal meeting that the committee had with the implementation of the Good Friday Agreement Committee in the Oireachtas that took place on the 30th of April. And that note's at page 10 of your meeting papers. Everyone content? Okay, and then the draft minutes, which would be for the last meeting. Draft minutes for our last meeting on the 6th of May at page 14 of the pack. Are you content with the minutes? Yep. Okay, and then item number 5 is matters arising, and we don't have any matters arising. And then we can then move on to item number 6, which is our correspondence, and you'll find the correspondence memo beginning from page 21 of your pack. And I would ask members to note we have got a letter there from Ashley Moran from the University of Texas, who's requesting details about the consultation process that we had, and the clerk has went back to her. We have a letter from Global Challenges Research Fund with a submission on its perspective on a Bill of Rights. We have a letter from the Human Rights Consortium inviting the Chair and Deputy Chair to a joint event with the University of Ulster and Queen's University around polling that they're having. And the Chair, or the clerk, apologies, is going back to them with dates that might be suitable, as the dates they've suggested are on a sitting day. So Paula, we might liaise with yourself to see what would suit you if you were up for attending that. We then have a letter from the UP Whip's office confirming the change of membership, and a letter from the CAM's office informing all committee members of social media training that we probably will have been made aware of via our own party whips anyway. So is everyone content to note the correspondence and content to contact the CAM's office to book a place on that social media training, which I think would be worthwhile for most of us? Everyone happy? Yep. And then I can put members through to the forward work programme, and you've got a forward work programme there on page 37 of your pack. We had agreed that we would meet weekly from this point onwards, and that's obviously outlined in the pack. We have to do the formal meetings every so often to agree any minutes and note correspondence. So the clerk had suggested that we might have the meetings working on a weekly basis, but have the formal session just every other week, because there won't be that many matters. So if members are content with that. Yeah. Okay, so then the date, time, place of our next meeting will be Thursday the 10th of June at 2 p.m, when we'll be continuing our deliberations on the reporting phase. So at this stage, we're now going to move into our informal session to continue our deliberations. And I would ask all members to be brought into the spotlight to remain in the call, and we can go into informal session. Thank you.
This is the Northern Ireland Assembly Committee Room 29. This is